Zoomed in, looking excellent. You're all looking fantastic. Welcome to the Paint with Josh show. It's going to be a fun one this evening. Now, as you can see, I've taken my liquid white and I'm scrubbing it all over my canvas. This is a nice, bare, dry, white canvas that we're covering our Bob Ross liquid white or Grumbacher's liquid white in this instance. Using the Grumbacher's stuff. It's very much similar to the Bob Ross stuff. You can use it. I've used it in classes. I've used it on the last few paintings. It seems to be just fine. That's the Grumbacher's first coat liquid white that we're using today. Now, we have to cover our entire canvas with this liquid white in order for our thicker paints to blend and slide and move around and slippity slide all over the place, right? So, then we're only going to be using two colors today. We're going to be doing a black and white painting, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for you guys to be here and see it. It's going to be grand. Man, we're going to have a good old time, guys. So, we need to make sure that our canvas is completely covered, edge to edge, side to side, top to bottom, in our liquid white first coat, because it's going to allow all of our crazier, thicker paints to then blend across the canvas much more easily. So you gotta scrub it in, really work it back and forth, make sure we got just enough across the entire surface, and then I'm gonna show you how to check it, okay? Check it back and forth like this. We'll go up here, touch, just the right amount, come over here, touch, just the right amount again, right? Wherever you done touch it, in all corners, we should have just the same amount of paint. Rawr. As we do everywhere else. Now, let's take this guy, and I told you, I said, okay, you want to see a black and white painting? Then let's forget about all these other colors up here, and let's just use black and white, and that's it. So, how are we going to paint a sky if we're just using black and white colors? We're going to need to work on our values. We're going to get a very small amount of black paint onto the brush, and drop it off up here, put it down over there. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared, because we can always go back and blend a little bit more of our white on top of that guy if we wanted to, right? Now, we don't need it to get all crazily too far. We don't have to have it grow too much. So if there's too much on the brush, let's go get that color off or wash it off, and we'll have a nice clean, dry brush in order to work with. Right? That's all you ever need is a clean, dry brush. Come back and work some of that color back and forth. Right? That's all you ever need. So, you guys tell me where you're watching from out there, and let's see what we can do with just two colors on this canvas today. It's going to be fantastic. If you're into black and white stuff, this is going to be for you for sure. Now, as this black paint mixes with the liquid white that's already on the canvas, it's going to get brighter and brighter and brighter, creating all these different gray shades and hues and all these little differences in our sky, right? It's up to us to decide when is it mixed enough, when is it soft enough for you versus someone else, right? Because someone else might like theirs a little bit darker or a little bit softer and brighter. It's all up to them, right? We get to come in making crisscross strokes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, blending out those streaks and allowing the dark paint to mix in with the liquid white that's already on the canvas, right? Gotta have that liquid white on our canvas, and that'll allow the dark paint to blend away. See the difference over here? See how much it's grown down as well, because the more you mix this paint, the more it will extend downwards into our canvas, right? So we get to be the judge of how far that color comes down, how soft it is, and the softness is determined on how hard we're pushing on the canvas. It's opposite day around here, guys, because you gotta push real hard on your canvas if you want the paint to blend out very soft, right? It's literally the opposite of what you would think. You think, oh, I need it nice and soft up there, so I'm just gonna touch it very lightly. No, you gotta touch it hard, push it hard with that pressure. Let those paints blend together and mix, and now all of a sudden, you got a really cool looking sky with just a little bit of black paint up there, allowing it to blend in with the liquid white, right? That's literally it. We didn't put any other colors, we didn't do anything else, just black and white, letting it blend down and down and down. The further down you go, the harder it is to see that black paint, right? Very simple, very easy. And then we can decide, what do we want to do? Do we want to get out there with some clouds or what? You know what I mean? Because it's all up to us. What if we did? Let's just say we do. let's say we came out here with our titanium white, right? It's already a very bright sky. So our clouds don't really need to do much of anything. They just need to be out there. And then we're gonna soften them down by pushing on them harder, right? You can take that same big old 2-inch brush, come back here, soften it, soften it, soften it by pushing harder and harder and harder to make the paint softer and to disappear out there into our sky, just kind of fade out into nothing, okay? Now, let's get over here. Actually, well, I guess we do have to mix up a little bit. I would say let's normally mix up our 3 favorite colors, but we're only using 2 colors over here. So we're gonna take our black, just like that, gonna take a little bit of our white, and mix these guys together because that's all we have. We don't want it to be too bright, so if anything, more black, less white. Just like that, get this nice dark color. Now, when we put this dark color up against this white canvas, it's going to create and mix in and blend in again, just like this black did, and become a less color, right? So we're gonna take our bushy brush out here, gonna tap into that whole pile, get the whole pile of it onto our brush, just like that. Let's say we came out here and we just tapping on little thingies, little doers, little here, little there. Now, if they're too dark, okay, they're gonna look too close to us. So, what we need to do is go back and bash off our brush on a paper towel, right? Dab it off, get all the rest of that paint out of there, okay? Dabbing it off, so now it's nothing on there. Okay? We're gonna go back in and we're gonna tap into the paint that's there and extend it, making it get lighter and lighter and lighter. All this stuff underneath is going to disappear. We're only worried about what the top edge of our little far off forest looks like. And then you can even mix it up with the same brush, honestly. Just push it back into the distance, okay? All we're doing, tapping it down, coming up, tapping it down, tapping it in, filling it in. You can use your bushy brush, you can use the 1-inch brush, you can use the 2-inch brush. It doesn't matter. Watch, I'll show you. Literally. Go up here, use your 2-inch brush, right? Start bashing on it. All we're doing is getting some of that darkness to come down into the light color. Every time we come down into the light color, because it's wet, remember the whole canvas is wet, it's going to pick up some of that light and bring it back up into the dark. And then we'll tap it down, pick up some light, bring it back up into the dark. Tap it down and up and down and up and down and everywhere, all over the place. Just get it out there and tap it in. All we're really worried about, remember, is the top edge of our trees, right? Very cool. Now, if we come in here with that same big old 2-inch brush and we push on it hard enough, and you can literally blend these things away until they're gone into the night. How much do you want them to disappear, right? What I want to do is maybe, right? We're going to come grab some of this darkness, work it down into the light, grab some of the light up into the dark, down and up, and down and up, and back and forth. And then we'll go side to side and push on it real good. And that's going to take away all of our little hard areas of paint because we're pushing on it so hard, we're making them go soft, right? Now, if we can, why don't we take, we're gonna need some paint on our brush, but what if we had like a little thing out there, I don't know, a little hill, a little something, right? What if we grab some of our white, right, okay, onto our 2-inch brush, and let's say, right out there, dropping it down. The only reason this white is standing out is because we have that darker color to allow the white to stand out. We pushed it, just made it real flat, real soft, real far away, way out there in the distance. Again, how do you want it to look? You want it to go further? You go down like that. Out there. Start to see this little snowy hill appearing from the night. Now, let's mix up a bit more of, actually, what am I talking about? Mix up. Let's just take, actually, no, let's do mix it up. Let's take a little bit of our white, a little bit of our black, a little bit of our white. We're gonna mix it down to almost the same color. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. And now we're going to go through with our fan brush, and we're going to mix up and put in a little bit of midground, background, some sort of something over here. So wiggle down on our fan brush. Okay, we need to come from above, at least the back lowest portion of our tree. So we got to come up a little bit. So we start right there, start popping down, coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, cutting through the area of our little hill or our snowy meadow or whatever it was back there. Coming in here, filling it in, popping in these little trees, up and down and here and there and wherever. They're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, we need to have enough paint on the bristles and enough in the brush in order to make these guys look like they're all filled in, right? So you have to have something down here. If anything, just pop in a little bit of mess. That's all it is. A whole bunch of messy paint down in there, okay? What if we again came in with our 2-inch brush, very lightly from the bottom to the top, drag it up like that, filling in some spaces, and then we come in here and start mashing down on all of that color. One up, down, down, down. Just creating that misty area at the base of our trees. Could be far away, could be close, who knows, right? We're in control of what it looks like. What if you can either mix up all this stuff, blend it till it almost goes away. Almost looks like a bit of snow out there if you pull it horizontally. Or if we came out here and we started grabbing it a little higher and working our way down, we can make this side look further away and that side look closer. It's all up to us. What if we grab that titanium white, whip it down from this side, right? Doesn't need to be a full split in between those guys, just like that. Right up in there, a little bit of snowy hill or whatever it is, little meadow rolling down. If we came down this way again, flat, just get further and further and further over, right? The more over that we get over here, the more horizontally we're dragging the paint. Just like that. Push it back up into the forest. You can even make your little circles and mist, so it's hard to see where it's coming from. Down and around and through, you guys. There's so many things you can do with scenes like this, and it's just 2 colors. Come on, you guys can do this too. Right? Come down here. So we're making a little arc in between. That way it'll look like a little valley back in here. All through the snowy stuff. And you guys are in control of what it looks like every single time. Right? You could literally call it done right there. Black and white painting, snowy forest, this, that, and the other, all up to you, right? You can do it. Seriously, it's 2 colors. You're telling me you can't play with 2 colors? Because I'm pretty sure that you can. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's start popping in some foreground up here, right? We've got our snow kind of feeding back up into those shadows. So we're pushing hard, and then we're pulling away, removing the brush, adding less pressure so it fades away up into the night. In the night, you guys. Okay. Now, can you see that little beam right there in the center of the canvas? Those things annoy me so much. Let me show you how to get rid of it, right? We can push from the back of the canvas, pushing outwards. You know, the canvas is moving right here. It's like there's an alien behind it trying to come out. Push it towards you, and then blend across that little line again. And so you're not hitting that beam in the background. It always irritates me. So, let's see, guys. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking out here for the rest of this scene? We need something in the front. I'm thinking right over here, because we'll have it look like it's turning around. We'll have this little snowy pathway, right? So we need to mix up. Actually, I keep saying we need to mix up, but we're actually only using 2 colors. Normally we use at least 3 colors, these 3 colors right here, to make our mix for our dark background. But in this instance, just using a black and white, right? We're gonna grab up a little bit of our black. Oh goodness. And that's a good amount, very small amount of our white, just to say that it's not pure black, right? If it's just pure black, then we won't be able to come forward with anything. Just like that. Okay, we've got our very, very, very dark gray. It's very dark gray, okay? Now, what if we were to decide, let's take our fan brush, we'll wiggle down through this guy, right down through there, wiggling it down. Now, how am I going to make anything look closer than these 2 bits? Does anybody know out there, or any of you guys artists, or maybe not, maybe photographers, or any of you guys out there know, how am I gonna make something closer, especially if we're just using the same color as we were before and before? So how am I gonna make something look a little bit closer to me, right? Can you guys tell me? Just let me know if you know, right? Make it larger. Exactly, you guys. Sorry, I hit the camera right there. Exactly, we make it larger. We make it bigger, right? So let's come down maybe just a bit, and it doesn't even have to be that bit much bigger, but if we come down lower, in this spot down here, right, instantly brings this guy out into the foreground. Now let's see how pretty we can make this little tree. Just a couple little taps on the top. The more we come down, the more we're gonna fan out. Maybe drop down a little bit, drop on the little eagle's nest, fill up that space just a little touch, right? The more that you do, the more branches, the bigger it's gonna get, right? The more full it's gonna become. And I don't like being able to see through these kind of trees, right? Sure, we can see through them on the branches out here on the edge and stuff like that. But in the center, absolutely cannot see through a tree like that. It is so full and so close that it pushes everything off into the distance, okay? Now, again, we can come in here, even with our big old 2-inch brush, grab it up a little bit higher, then we're gonna work down to a lower point, and then we're gonna work up to a higher point, again, making a little check mark out of this tree, okay? So if we grab it up here, slide it out, right down there. You can even take all this white paint and work that white back up, right? Dragging all the way from the edge, 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 so you're getting shorter and shorter and shorter as we go. All right, so we'll work down at this angle. So we got one out there, one down there, one down there. 3 little bits. Then we're gonna go down, higher, 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 which is going to make our tree look more rounded. Of course, we don't need it to be a point, but we don't want it to just be straight across either, okay? Now, let's decide all of our light or shadows are gonna streak back this way, so we're gonna pull those guys harder this way, having that color pull back. And like I said, you can drag that white almost all the way up, and then we won't even need to add any snow because the paint's already there. How about that? Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Look at it. Isn't that great? So you want it to be a little bit brighter though, Josh. Man, mine just got too big, Josh. That trick didn't work for me. Okay, let's take a little bit of our white. Oh, there's a bit of dark in there too. That's okay. Well, happy accident. Now we just need more white. Yeah, there you go. Have a little shadow underneath it. And if we blend it away enough, you can literally get rid of any amount of darkness just by blending it harder with your brush, right? So now we've got this little hill, a little ridge, a little something right there in front of our tree. This could be a very easy painting if you just wanted to just knock something out real quick and go, you know what? I love this. It's simple, 1 or 2 colors. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be releasing starter kits. I was thinking about it earlier today. London and I were talking about it at Michael's. I'm going to be putting together kits. So it'll come with the brushes that you need, the paints that you need, a canvas, and everything. And you should be able to get those kits. I'm going to be putting them together. And what you can do is just literally, you go, okay, I want to paint that winter scene, so I need those colors. How am I going to find those colors? Well, Paint with Josh has a kit that you could get that's going to be everything that you need inside, plus the canvas and the brushes and everything. Is anybody interested in something like that? Because I get asked all the time, and I just haven't done it. Right? Would you guys be interested in a starter kit to show you everything that you need and it comes with it? Yeah, you guys would? Okay, well, keep an eye on my site and on my my book of faces, you know what I mean, that thing. Keep an eye on there, or my IG, and I'll post it here on TikTok too when I finally release the kits, and then you guys will be able to literally go over and have everything you need, brushes, paint, canvas, everything, buy it in one box. I'll ship it to you, and then you'll be able to paint the same scene that's on the video. It should be really cool. You guys think that'd be a good idea? I've been thinking about it for a while. I just haven't done it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, nobody wants a kit. Everybody knows where to go get the stuff, right? Everybody does it. Nobody knows where do I get the thing? Can I just go to my art store? Do I have to get it online? So I'm gonna help you guys out, and we're gonna start putting together some starter kits, and it's gonna be amazing. Okay. Now, we've got our tree over here. We need to do one more bigger, massive, just enormous thing. Oh, guys, should we put a fence right here? Just a little fence post, like leading back. Oh, guys, it's so gorgeous. Okay, remember I told you we were just using black and white. So let's come into our black. Don't go anywhere when I do this, okay? It's gonna be very large. It's gonna be very big, but don't go anywhere because it's gonna look cool by the time we get done. Let's go full brush against the whole thing. Right there, top to almost bottom. We get to decide where we want it to be. Right, make it very thick, very dark. It's just that pure black paint, right? There's nothing else on there. We're not using any other color except for black and white. And so, if we lay on enough black, it will be very, very dark over here, right? We need it to remain dark. If it looks bright on your screen, let me change that for you. Check this out. You guys don't have to do this. This is just for the lighting in the studio here. It makes it look very bright, but in fact, we need it to be very dark. So it should look darker now. Yes, right? And all that is these horizontal drags don't pick up the glare of my lighting, right? So you don't need to do this. It's just for you guys to see how dark it actually is on the canvas. That way it stands out as being the blackest thing, right? We used black back here, but we added white. Then we added a little bit less white, and now it's just pure. So it's just right up here in the foreground, guys. It's gorgeous. Should we put another one of these big monsters over here? Maybe. We got to do something over here. We got to do something. Okay, let's take our bush brush again, right? You would get a round brush, a 1-inch brush, a fan brush, and a palette tool, and the liner brush to be able to do a scene like this all in one kit. So guys, the kits might be 100, 125-ish because I got to get the paints and the brushes and split them up and do all that. But if anybody's still interested, even at that cost, let me know, and we'll see what we can do, okay? Let's come in here, and like I said, straight into the black. All we're using is black and white. Now that we're way up here into our foreground, we need all that black paint to stand out and just be dark. Be crazy dark. Now remember, it's mixing in with that liquid white that's underneath at all times. So every time that you hit it, it's gonna mix in and tap away and become brighter and brighter. So we gotta get more of the darkness down here, kind of flow out this way. We can get rid of whatever we don't want. Watch this. All right, say we came in there with our 2-inch brush. So you know what, I don't like any of that. I'm gonna take this guy away, put him right back there. Now, what if I came up into here? Kind of looks like, now we got a little bit of land. What if we had some more back here? Just darker, right? There's more paint, harder to see from our light source up in the corner. Be much harder to see back there. But now you can see we've got a strip of land, then the bushes come in, then another strip of land, then the bushes go back for another strip of land. Doesn't have to be exactly the same every time. I'm just showing you some cool stuff. Just some cool stuff you can do, okay? Now, let's grab our little liner brush. And what we're gonna do is go into our odorless mineral spirits, which is our brush cleaner. That might be the only thing that you'll have to actually go get yourself when we do the brush kits. We're gonna have to find out, right? Let's come out here, let's pop a big old branch out, right out there, just kind of bouncing it around. As we get further away, you can pull away from the canvas, which makes it much skinnier of a thing, okay? Maybe we have one over here, but we're not really gonna see it anyway. Perhaps we'll roll something through there. Maybe we'll have something popping out the bottom. Something over here, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna get covered up anyway, honestly. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. So we're gonna come back in with that round bushy brush, back up into that black paint since we're only using black and white. And let's get out here and start launching in off of that guy, filling it up, covering it up, cover the top, and go out as far as you wanna go out, right? All up to you, seriously. We're underneath the canopy up there. Okay, let's say, just for shoots and gigs, we had a whole other little branch right down in there. And we don't want to get too close, right? Just like that. Smaller, bigger base at the bottom. Right? So we got a little trifecta, a little Oreo in here, a little double stuff. We can come down and highlight all these gorgeous things. Now, what are we feeling for on the right? Right? You don't want to go something as big as this and then have them clash up at the top. So, what if we did this? Again, just black paint. We've gone through literally the whole pile of black paint. Now, if we come out here, we come up into this mist, depending on how far we come down, is gonna bring it closer to us, okay? So what if we're out here, start tapping in a few little things, tip, tap, chip, chat, where? Right there, right? Looks pretty fantastic if you ask me. All you have to do is then decide where does it live, and to do that, we're gonna pull up higher to a lower spot, up to a higher spot, again, to make it look rounded, right? Get that roundness to it. And then the more paint that you pull out down there, the harder it's going to be to keep it from extending outwards. See that? So what you do is you come in there with your titanium white, throw in our little bits of snow, mix those guys back, pulling it from the edge over here until you like how it looks, right? You can always go back and add paint. You can't take it away once it's up there, right? It's a very cool little thing, right? So we go back here, there, because it's just slightly lower, meaning it's a little bit in front, and then back over here, making a big Z shape back and forth, which will make our eye look like we could just walk right through this guy and out into the night. Okay, now let's get, sorry, I'm wild, I'm nuts, I'm a crazy person. Let's get over here, and what we're gonna do is start to highlight these three things, right? We don't need to mess with these guys. They're midground. Nobody cares about them. They're background. Nobody cares about them, right? It almost looks like this branch of the tree flows into that background paint just because they're about the same size, except for that one bit that we're not going to want to cover. That helps us decide that tree and that forest is way back there, guys. Holy shaving cream. Okay, let's go wash out these brushes. So, did we get a count? Are any of my mods here? Did we get a count on how many people were interested in starter kits? By the way, if you are interested in starter kits, just say me now, and we'll see if the mods can count. Because I would love to know how many little starter kits I should get, right? Like, how many should I get? Should I just get 10 and that's it? Should I get 100? Like, what? How many should we get? So you guys let me know. Let me know, you guys. How many people would be interested in a little starter kit? Right? Oh, do a poll. Yeah, definitely. Do a poll. That would be cool. We'll do a poll over there. Me, cool. Robert, excellent. Robert, you already got the paints. Me and you have done a class. Nat, okay, cool. Uncle Jimmy wants a kit too. All you guys, look at all these people for the kits, man. So I'm unsure on the cost of the kits for right now because I need to make them, right? What my kit will consist of is one canvas, the brushes you need, and enough paint to do 3 or 4 or 5 paintings. What I'm gonna do is give you little tubes like these guys. We're gonna get the Winsor & Newton paint, right? We'll get little tubes like this. This could last 10 paintings if you're only using a little bit of it. It all depends on you, how much you're using. But what I'm thinking about is either 3 or 4 of those tubes of paint, right? So you get you can do a scene like this with just 2 of them. We'll get white, black, crimson, and blue, and you can do so many different scenes with those guys. And then I'll provide you the brushes, the canvas, just one canvas. You'll have to go get more canvases if you want. And I'll give you enough of the liquid white to be able to do 1 or 2 or 3 paintings, and then you can go purchase some if you want to do that. But it's a cool way to test out, see if you like it, right? And if you don't like it, then you didn't have to spend $500-600 buying all the stuff to just throw it away, right? You just get a little bit. I'm thinking maybe between 100 and 150 is what my thought is, because then you'll get like 5 or 6 brushes at least $15 a pop. You know what I mean? So the paints, another 5 per color, 6 per color, plus the canvas, plus the shipping and all that. So are you guys comfortable with that? If you guys are comfortable with that, then I can start making those little kits up. The oil paints are not cheap, right? They are not cheap. So it's not just like you can go grab any kind of paint that you want from the store and have it work. It's got to be the correct paints, and that's partially why we want to do the kits, so you can actually have the correct same stuff that I would use in order to make the painting. And then it should come out very similar if you're using the correct things, right? So, anybody? Did we get any answers on that? Did we get any answers? Oh man, look at this. It's just black and white, guys. Seriously. You can do it. And then we're about to go put so much depth into this thing by highlighting all these little guys. Just fabutastically. Okay, let's get in here just to show you. We'll do our little, we're gonna do our little tree first. Now, you guys know me, I usually love putting a little bit of blue shadow behind the backside of that tree, but in this instance, since we're just using black and white, we're gonna take our liquid white, which is the very runny stuff. We're gonna come back over here. Remember, all of our light is coming from this side, so we're gonna tap on. We're gonna get in there and start making little chip chappies, tip tappies. Things over here, over there. We don't want every place to be just as bright. We don't need every place to have the same amount of color or texture or whatever. Man, look at that little tree. We didn't cover up all of the stuff, guys. That's the main thing. We left that black in there. You have to have that depth. If you don't have that depth, then you have nothing. Let's go into our liquid white and titanium white. Now this is Master's Touch titanium white. I got it from Danny from Happily Painted Studios. It's already a little bit more wet than, say, the Bob Ross stuff, right? So it'll come off of your brush much easier and attach its way on. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom, save some dark space down there, and literally, can we go at it like this? Just come up here, tap on, little bits. Remember, we're not trying to cover everything. You don't need every piece of every branch of every part of the tree to be as bright as every other bit. It just doesn't have to be that way. Right? We're covering little things out here, little tip taps. Remember, you got to have enough paint. So even though it looks like there's paint in there, there's not enough on the end of the brush to come off easily. And if it's not coming off easily, then you're going to want to mush too hard. And if you mush too hard, then you're going to drop off too much paint. And then we're all in trouble if you're putting on too much, okay? Now remember, the more you go over it, the more it'll intermix in with that darker color. We're trying to save some light, some shadows, So same thing, a little bit of the liquid white to help it come off the brush easier. Tap it in so it's all crazy. Come up here and start changing the brush, rotate it. Don't just hit it the same every time. That's gonna look odd. Right, now if we cover up every piece of darkness, then we're just gonna have a white blob up here. So you have to have those darker bits, touch it less as you get back here, so we indicate darker shadows as we're climbing around the backside. Guys, seriously, black and white, can you do any better in 30 minutes? 30 minutes! We've done the whole scene in 30 minutes, guys. Don't tell me you don't have time. Don't tell me that Paint with Josh's videos are too advanced. 30 minutes, you can do this, guys. One color with some white, come on. Come on now, you got it. You can do it. I know you can. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put those starter kits together. This video is already released on YouTube. You can go find it. As soon as we get done, you'll be able to rewatch it. And then I'm gonna make those starter kits. You guys are gonna grab the starter kits. You're gonna come back and do this painting. And boy, oh boy, you're gonna have a whole lot of fun. Now, in order to do our trunk, okay, we're gonna take our liquid white, titanium white mix. It's more titanium white than liquid white. Just enough to get it to come off. Right? And the more that we mix, the darker and darker, darker and darker and darker it gets back there, creating that shadow as it goes across. Same thing. Here's all we're doing. Okay, up close. We're tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. Then going back and sort of tapping it multiple times. Spread. Look, even that looks like bark. Tell me that doesn't look like a tree. That looks like a tree, doesn't it? Dude, 83 results and 96% of you said yes, you would. Okay, I'm putting starter kits together immediately. Immediate starter kits as soon as I finish. We're not even gonna do another show. I'm just gonna go make starter kits, that's it. I'm gonna put together the starter kit. You guys are gonna grab it, and then we are going to have a whole lot of fun. You can get over and rewatch this episode and redo it with just one color. I'll make multiple kits. Like, we'll do a blue winter kit, just a black and white kit, and then we'll just start getting creative. Like, if you want to do 7 color kits, we can do like a 7-layer burrito. We could do that. We could do more, sunset is going to take much more colors. So you could do a 10-layer kit. And the more that we do, the more expensive the kits are going to get, because you got to add more and more and more colors. It's all the same in the tools. It's the colors that are going to add to that kit being more expensive, because the more we get back here, the more we want to make it darker. Don't make it so bright on this back side. If anything, we don't want to have anything there. Woo! Look at that, you guys. That's amazing. Grab our palette tool. Come in here and just start scraping away a couple little sticks and twigs in the dark area. Right? You got your little bush back there. Same thing. Pick a dark spot. Launch out little sticks, holding up all these little branchies and stuff. Right, out there, over here, they're over here, they're everywhere. And remember, you guys can get this painting if you go to paintwithjosh.com. They're right there, right now. You can have it. It's waiting for you, and all you got to do is go get it. And then I'm going to start putting together these kits. London and I were seriously talking about, we're going to have our own little packaging, our own labels, all sorts of little stuff. And we're going to do it up good for you guys, especially if, 80 something people wanted a starter kit? That's insane. Bro, let's do it. Plus, I have my own Paint with Josh brushes. I don't know if you knew that. This is one of the Paint with Josh brushes. We're going to go make the birds go caw. This is the Paint with Josh liner brush. It is a very fine, very thin, very long bristled brush that makes very, very, very sharp lines, right? But it's not just the brush that makes the lines. It's the consistency of the paint. And in this instance, we want to thin it down till it is like watercolor. Very thin, very wet, and that way it'll come off just the tip of the brush and it stays nice and sharp. Look at that for a painting, you guys. Holy shaving cream. It's just I don't like that bright spot over there, so I'm just gonna fill it. Here, I'm just gonna fill it with a little bit of mist right off the sun. Guys, tell me that's not the most gorgeous black and white painting you've ever seen. In just 35 minutes, did the entire thing. Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. God, it's so cool. I like it. I like it. So, you guys are awesome. Start coming up with a title for this one. Like I said, if you purchase it during the live show, you get to come up with the title forever. If not, then we've got to come up with it as a group, and we've got to name this little black and white painting. So what do you feel like? When you see it, what screams out at you about this painting? What is the title? What is it? You've already got it. It's in your brain. You just got to type it out. Just got to type it out, guys. Give me a title for it. And then, we don't even have much to clean up. We only use 2 colors. Did you think it was going to be that easy? Seriously? Like, I know right now, like in the future, you're watching this tutorial again. Right now, I'm talking to you. You're watching this tutorial again in the future. And now you're cleaning up. You're all done. Did you think it was going to be that easy to do with just those 2 colors? It's very simple, right? It's not that hard. We can do it. If I can do it, you guys can do it. I'm no smarty. I never went to art school. I don't know color theory. I know nothing, actually. I'm like Jon Snow. I know nothing, okay? So, if I can do it, then you guys can do it for sure. Because it's all about, what do I see when I look at it? Should it be brighter? Should it be darker? And you will see that too when you're painting yours, right? It's all up to you guys every time. Now remember, this one is available. It's over on the site. It's on the home page. It's number 2004. Can you believe we've done 2004 paintings? That is incredible. It's an intense amount of paintings that we've done so far. Just unreal, guys. Unstinking real. So, this one being number 2004 is right over there. You can grab it. You can pick it up at your leisure. But if you wait too long, then someone else is going to get it in front of you, right? And then that's no fun. We're going to flip you guys around over here just so I can see the comments and we can see all the titles. And then perhaps we'll just have to pick one. Unless somebody goes over there and grabs this black and white painting. Look at that. It's too pretty. I don't know what to tell you. It's just too gorgeous. Yeah. There, a little softer. There. Okay. Just another chance to get another brush dirty. So you guys come up with that title. Hit me with the titles. What are we looking at, guys? What do you see? What do you see when you're looking at this guy? All right? Let me know in the comments below. Right now, we're going to come back and read some of these titles out. Let's see what you guys have to show. Oh, I got it on this side of the camera instead of the other side of the camera. Tranquility. I swear I'm not 4 years old. Maybe right here, but I swear. I can't believe I said tranquility. Like, it's tranquil. What am I doing? Oh, you can already tell. I'm already tired, and I've already painted 2 paintings today, one in a virtual class and then one in an in-person class. And so then it came time to do this one. Man, we're a little exhausted. So let me know what you would call this painting in the comments below. If you want to grab it, it's right on paintwithjosh.com. It's just right there on the homepage. You can get it. Man, that tree, the deal, the shadows, the light. And it's just 2 colors, you guys. That's insane. 2 stinking colors is all we needed for this one. So, it's been a long time since I've done just a black and white painting. We did a black and white desert scene. I've done a black and white kind of forest scene, I guess you could say. And then black, white, and brown. If you just add one more color and it's brown, you get a really cool... All the trunks of the trees can be brown, the little thing can be a little bit more dusky, and it's just really neat. So, just insane how much the painting can change and just by adding one color. 50 Shades of Gray. I mean, why not? Because it's all black and gray, right? So, we might as well. We're an artist. We paint in different shades of color. So, why not? I mean, it is a bunch of different grays. I agree. Flip this guy around. So this one's number 2004. Literally, can somebody do the math? Like, if we started 6 years ago and we've done 2004 paintings, how many paintings is that per day, right? Like, you'd have to do like 6 times 365 and then take 2,000 and maybe subtract or divide. That's why I'm asking you guys to do it. Because, like I said, I'm an artist, not a mathematician. But I would like to know how many paintings per day since we're at 2004, and we've been going for about 6 years, a little bit over 6 years, but whatever. How many per day on average is that? Does anybody have the number? I'm hurting my own head trying to think about it, right? Let's do this. Perfect. Excellent. Now this one was painted on 8/17/2024. We're all going to go to paintwithjosh.com because it's like the best place ever, besides TikTok, of course, and YouTube, and Insta, and Facebook, and all the big ones, right? But at least I'm going to paintwithjosh.com at least every day of the week to see what's new over there, and I hope you are too. I hope you guys are too. Man, that one looks so good. Seriously, 2 colors. How can you beat it? How can you beat it? 2 per day? Okay, 1.09 or 1.9, 1.9 per day. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm glad that some of you are not as affected as I am, and I can actually do the math versus me. So yeah, 2 per day. That doesn't sound that much, but I mean every day for 6 years straight, 2 per day. So I guess it is a fair amount. It's a fair amount. So I do love you guys over there on the tube. You guys have been amazing. I don't want the tutorial to go too long because it's usually the last 10 to 20 minutes. I'm just up here filibustering anyway. It's a good word for you. Word for the day, Josh-a-buster. It's like filibustering but with Josh, right? So I'm going to end the tube tutorial over there. I love you guys. I can't wait to see your versions of it. If you want the painting, go to paintwithjosh.com. It's right there on the homepage, the very first thing you're going to see. And until I see you guys on YouTube again next time, make sure you send in your versions of the painting to my Facebook, which is official Paint with Josh, or Paint with Josh K on Instagram. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day, and baboosh! One day I'm actually going to knock the camera over. Like, that's what's going to happen. It's going to hit it and knock the camera